Sure. Listen, North Carolina is clearly critical to our campaign. We think it could very well be decisive in who wins this election. We were honored to win North Carolina last time, but we're not going to take anything for granted. We need to earn the vote of every North Carolinian. And because of that, we have invested for years in North Carolina, time, resources, as well as travel. And that's going to continue right into Election Day. North Carolina used to be a very reliably red state, but as you well know, the demographics of the state have changed. You've had, because of the success of North Carolina, you've had a lot of migrants from within the United States who have decided to move there for opportunity. And a lot of them come from blue states, places in the north, a lot from New Jersey, New York, Illinois, and they bring some of their blue voting habits with them when they move to North Carolina. So while it still leans red, it is by no means a slam dunk for the Republican Party. And given that, we know that we have to work really hard to earn the votes. And the primary way I think that we're earning them is on the economy, is a record of economic prosperity, both the economy that we built before the China virus, as well as the revival of the American economy and the North Carolina economy right now. That is, I think, our most compelling value proposition to the voters of North Carolina. And I would also warn them that electing Joe Biden, conversely, would be a retreat. It would be a retreat back to economic globalism and terrible trade deals. He was a principal architect of NAFTA, as well as China's inclusion into the WTO. They did enormous harm to our entire country, but particularly to North Carolina. Businesses like furniture manufacturing and textiles were decimated by these terrible trade deals. In fact, according to the Economic Policy Institute, which is actually a left-leaning think tank, the state of North Carolina lost 130,000 manufacturing jobs to China from the time they were allowed into the WTO until the election of Donald Trump. And that's not because North Carolina workers aren't productive enough or don't work hard enough or smartly enough to compete against China. It's because of unfair and predatory trade practices. This president has been the first president to stand up against China and demand fairness and reciprocity for American workers, including in the Tar Heel state.